Asia News with me, Shifara Olako, and do stay with us. We begin our stories with the following headlines. President Vladimir Putin says Ethiopia's entry into BRICS further deepens Ethio-Russia ties. And the grand alternative media narrative is dubbed crucial for Africa to promote its common prosperity. Now, the Ethio-Russia comprehensive relation is further deepened by Ethiopia's entry to the BRICS Plus bloc. That's according to the president of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin. The president made the statement while receiving the letter of credence from Ethiopia's ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary to the Russian Federation, Cham Ugala Uriyat, on Monday, 4 December 2023. In his welcoming message at a ceremony accorded to the Ethiopian ambassador at Kremlin, President Putin mentioned that Ethiopia and Russia are friendly countries with 125 years of strong diplomatic relations. The president also recalled his meeting with Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed during the second Russia-Africa summit in July 2023 in St. Petersburg. He underscored that the various cooperation agreements signed during the summit between the two countries further strengthened the long-established bilateral relations to a higher level. Ethiopia's entry to the BRICS family will further cement the two friendly relations, the president has underscored. The Minister of Planning and Development of Ethiopia, Fitsum Asafa, and Director General of the Global Green Growth Institute, Triple GI, Frank Rizberman, held a bilateral meeting at COP28 in the Ethiopian Green Legacy Pavilion. The two sides have discussed ways to strengthen their partnership to promote inclusive green economic growth in Ethiopia. On the occasion, Fitsum commended Triple GI's significant contributions to Ethiopia's inclusive green economic growth journey since they first partnered in Durban, South Africa. Frank Rizberman, for his part, expressed his institute's eagerness to strengthen the momentum of their collaboration and continue providing support for Ethiopia's climate action efforts, including resource mobilization through diversified climate finance sources such as green bonds and blue bonds. The Ministry of Planning and Development said this bilateral meeting demonstrates the strong partnership between Ethiopia and Triple GI and their shared commitment to promoting sustainable development in Ethiopia. Moving on, Ethiopia, under the leadership of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, has been working hard to create a transcontinental media that promotes Pan-Africanism. That's according to the Chief Executive Officer of Ethiopian news agency, ANA. The World News Agencies Forum is underway in China under the theme Boosting Global Confidence, Promoting Media Development. In his remarks at the forum today, Saifa Darebe, the CEO of Ethiopian News Agency, said that Ethiopia has been taking a practical measure for the creation of an African-oriented media that would fit the modern era, citing the huge investment being underway on the media and communication infrastructures. The CEO stressed the need to create an alternative media narrative in this world like the BRICS, an emerging bloc largely led by China and other major economies. Beyond that, we are in a critical juncture to create a grand shared narrative that would promote common prosperity that's imperative to thwart the current ill-intended media narrative, Saifa added. Welcome back. Now, the Green Legacy Pavilion at COP28 in Dubai, the UAE, has created an opportunity for Ethiopia to showcase its concrete climate change actions, including the Green Legacy Initiative and sustainable agricultural practices to the world community. In his speech delivered at the COP28, Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has called for a collective global action to step up a climate agenda. The Prime Minister also told the participants that Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative has been considered by various countries as an exemplary model. Let's take a look at Ethiopia's presence at the COP28 in Dubai.
Success can only be measured by the actions we take, not by the decisions we make. Africa is a strong ally in fighting climate change, and we are striving to drive green growth both within the continent and globally. However, we remain highly exposed to the impact of climate despite contributing the least. Our Green Legacy Initiative represents a proactive response to pressing environmental and socio-economical challenges. It reduces carbon emission, preserves our biodiversity, creates jobs, and boosts sectors such as tourism. We are actioning our nationally determined contribution, and our progress is a testament to our commitment to the Paris Agreement. I am proud to say that this initiative has received remarkable success by planting 32.5 billion seedlings. No country can effectively confront the climate challenge if debt is a burden.
And finally, the former U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, the man who shaped America's Cold War policy, died at the age of 100. Despite leaving office in the mid-1970s, he continued to be consulted by generations of leaders for decades. Kissinger, a German-born Jewish whose career took him from academia to diplomacy and who remained an active voice in foreign policy into his latter years, died at his home last Wednesday. Tigasanis has compiled his life story as follows.
There is no country in the world where it is.
Born on May 27, 1923, in Germany, Henry Alfred Kissinger was an American diplomat, political scientist, geopolitical consultant, and politician who served as the United States Secretary of State and National Security Advisor in the presidential administration of Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford between 1969 and 1977. In 1973, Kissinger was jointly awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for Peace with Lê Duc Tho of North Vietnam for their efforts to negotiate peaceful settlement of the Vietnam War.
All you could do is try to preserve a minimum of dignity and save as many lives as you could.
Kissinger's family immigrated to the United States in 1938 to escape the Nazi persecution of Jews. He became a naturalized citizen in 1943. He served in the U.S. Army during World War II and in the post-war U.S. military government of Germany. After leaving the service, he entered Harvard University, where he received a BA in 1950 and a PhD in 1954. In 1954, he joined the faculty as an instructor, becoming professor of government in 1962 and director of the Defense Studies program from 1959 to 1969.
America has never been true to itself unless it meant something beyond itself.
He also served as a consultant on security matters to various U.S. agencies from 1955 to 1968. Kissinger, a German-born Jewish refugee whose career took him from academia to diplomacy and who remained an active voice in foreign policy into his later years, died at home in Connecticut last Wednesday. According to Reuters' last week report, as tributes poured in from around the world, Beijing called him a good old friend of Chinese people who made historic contribution to normalizing relations between the two countries. Russian President Vladimir Putin praised Kissinger as a wise and far-sighted statesman, while Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said his meetings with Kissinger provided a master class in statesmanship.
The benefits that accrue to the United States are the benefit that will accrue.
Well, dear viewers, with that, we come to the end of today's news. Thank you for watching us.